Okay, hello everybody. This channel will not be, I will be doing reviews still, but at the moment I'm doing these first impression videos. So let me first tell you that today I will be doing the first impressions of the Equalizer 2. So from the beginning, I'm going to say that the first Equalizer for me was amazing. That was an amazing movie that I loved. I've always loved Denzel Washington. I've always loved his movies. I've always looked up to him. The only two action guys that I've actually looked up from the beginning is gotta be Denzel Washington, or it's gotta be Liam Neeson. And I every time I go to a theater to watch these types of movies or these actors, it's always filled with a lot of people inside. So that is so good for Liam Neeson and Denzel. So with my first impressions, I would have to say that the first movie was incredible. It was something that I haven't seen in a long time. I was already impressed with the way they set up the movie, with him having a little timer or a clock. Like a watch, a stopwatch, I think it was, or a watch. And then he was able to stop time and just check how he would fight, how he would beat up the people inside the room, which was insane for that time. Which in the beginning I felt like, when I first watched the first Equalizer, because when I first watched the first one, I was like, what the heck is this? This is not going to be an action movie, is it? Because the first one was with Miss Beautiful, what's her name? I forget her name. It's not, what's her name? The girl from Kick-Ass. I don't know her name at the moment, which I still find her to be hot to this day. Even though most people could say no, because I think she has a tattoo or something. I'm not sure. Hit Girl, whatever her name is, I forget. Whatever her name is at the moment, so I don't know her name at the moment. But at that time I was like, yo, this movie sucked. I thought the movie sucked because the first movie opened up with just like more of this, how do I say, more of this kind of drama movie. But there was definitely action in the first one, so I love the first movie. But this second movie, oh man, oh shoot, this second movie was incredible. When he first starts, he starts off in a train. But because this is the first time that I actually give this movie a 10 out of 10 or 9 out of 10. Why? Because I definitely did not go to a regular movie theater that I usually go to. Because I've gone to many movie theaters and I haven't been satisfied with the movie theaters from the beginning, because the sound is not that good and the viewing angles or the movie itself is not that good. But when I went to watch this movie and I watched it on advanced digital at an AMC, which in the beginning I was skeptical of all of this, because I've gone to AMC and I wasn't really fond of AMC the first time I went to a different AMC, because all the seats were just flat, were just all equal. There was nothing one higher, no stadium seating. So that's what really pushed me away from AMC. But when I went to a different one, I was so impressed. I loved it because it was advanced digital or advanced digital sound or something like that. And I was so impressed because the sound was so loud, so crisp, so good that I was like, yo, why haven't I been to an AMC? Why haven't I been to an AMC? Because I was going to a different theater, which I felt like, yes, it was good, but the problem is that the sound is not that great. There's no advanced digital sound. There was no high quality sound, just whatever regular sound, which I was not impressed anymore. I was like, I need to continue to come to this theater because it's digital, the digital sound. So the movie starts off with a train with Denzel just in a train, talking to these guys. They're like, I don't know, they're kind of like Pakistani people or something, and then like it starts off so nice because you could hear the sound of you could definitely hear the sound of the train. You could hear the sound of every single thing out there, like detail. Like you can even there was even high dynamic range for the movie itself, which I was like, wow, it's so loud, so crisp, everything. But that's what made me love Denzel Washington's movie even more, because I got to experience the sound. I got to feel like I was inside of it. I even started to cringe for some parts of the movie. So let me explain what I loved about this movie. Because this is not a review. This is my first impressions. And with my first impressions, I loved that he opened up as a Uber driver. I was like, yo, he's an Uber driver now. He's in New York. I think he was in New York. Or I'm not sure if he was in Chicago, or I think Boston. I think he was. Let me get that correct. I think he was in Boston. And I loved the movie straight out because he started out as an Uber driver, as a simple regular Uber driver, that he just went around reading books, not having a cell phone, because I think in real life he's not the type of guy to be on that cell phone either. Like Liam Neeson, they're both not a cell phone or technologist. I don't know if you say technologist or technology people, but wow, how insane was this movie? I just liked that Denzel Washington just met up with this old lady, I don't know what's her name, so I don't want to disrespect her in any way, but she was like, whoa, this movie just revolves around her and her life, and that Denzel was like her best friend. Denzel was like her best friend. So I was like, Denzel was the best friend of the lady, and they met up all the time to talk about their own life, or just to hang out and say, look, I'm your best friend, you're my best friend, you want to go out, have some food. And that just felt like, when are they going to put one? I just had in my mind, because I saw the trailer, and I was like, when are they going to have her fight these guys and get beat up in a hotel? When? Because I'm going around and around and I see that nothing is really happening. But wow, this was so insane that Denzel was an Uber driver, and these guys in the hotel send a girl inside the taxi and said, look, take her home. But the girl was dying. She was dying she was out of her mind already, down, suffocating, dying. And Denzel was not good enough to take her to the hospital instead of taking her home. And when he did that, he went back to the hotel that he picked up the chick, and he told them, look, who is the girl that you send? Because you send her almost dying, bro. You send her almost down to her knees. She was bloody. And that's when Denzel gets his little watch and starts putting the timer and says, look, we're gonna fight because that's the way it's going to be. And they said, Grandpa, relax, don't fight me because you're going to lose. And Denzel was smarter. He fought them and beat them. And he said, you guys better give me a 5-star rating if you're going to continue using my Uber rides. Because Denzel Washington was the main character for the Uber. Nobody else took over an Uber. So that was insane. And the next part that following is that there was a guy by the name of Miles that was a low-life thug. I will say thug because he's not really he wasn't really being a thug. He was just all tatted up and being useless and everything. And that's when he said, Denzel Washington said, who destroyed my thing? Who destroyed the property where I live in this apartment? Why would you do that? Why would you destroy my property? And Miles said, yeah, I'll fix this up. I'll charge you $300 to do this. I'll fix it. I'll do this. And Denzel was skeptical and said, look, bro, look, buddy, you want to do this? You got to prove to me. I don't want you to do this because you have to be in school. are you trying to be a college dropout or a school dropout? I don't know if he was in college or high school, but said, you want to be a dropout? And the kid promised, I'll do this for you. I'll do this for you. I promise, I'll fix up your wall. I'll fix your community, your spot. I'll fix it up. And Denzel was like, you really think you can do this? Then if you're going to do this, I'll pay you $200, I think he said. And then the kid, Miles, said, yeah, bro, I'll do this. I'll be here. But Denzel said, asked him, what time do you get out of school? And he said, I get out at 3 or 2 something. And Denzel said, you better be here at 3 or whatever time he got out. He said, you better be out over here doing this thing at this time. Because if you come at an earlier time, I'm not letting you. I'm not paying you if you come earlier. I'm not giving you anything. I'm not helping you. I'm not welcoming you. I'm not doing anything because you're coming earlier. If you come earlier, I'm not helping you. And Denzel kept his word and checked his watch and found out that the kid Miles, or the thug Miles, was coming early, and he said, nope, I'm not helping that kid. Leave him, let him go. That's when the kid realized that nope, he's not going to be able to make it because 3:15, like, yo, or 2 something, whatever time he was supposed to be out, like, yo, bro, you're supposed to be I'm supposed to be here at this time. And then his thuggish friends came and took him to the pad, like somewhere in a like housing projects or something like that. And it's like, yo, bro, you're gonna make money with us by being a thug, by holding your guns, by holding this. You better shoot somebody, man. And that's when, I was like, yo, that's cool. Like, I mean, like, what is this Miles dude doing? That's not right. That's not right for Miles to be being a thug when he's supposed to be working for Denzel Washington. But Denzel goes to his property, goes to the projects or housing projects, and says, look, bro, he threatens to kill all those kids. And the line that stuck to me was, I'm your dad that your mama didn't tell you about. I'm your dad that your mama didn't tell you about. Which was funny. And I love this movie. I really do. A 10 or a 9 out of 10. I have to just say it again. But the thing that when he got in there, he said, Miles, let's go. You have to be doing my property. You have to be painting. You have to be... And the kid was like, yo, you think painting is gonna give me somewhere? You think I'm gonna be able to make money? And Denzel was smarter than that. He said, look, let's go, Miles. Let's go, Miles. Let's talk out here. And when they got outside, it's like, yo, get my gun. If you want to be a thug, get my gun. Shoot me in my face. Shoot me and murder me right here, right in front. If you're an actual thug, do it. Prove to me that you're going to do this. And that's when Miles said he got the gun and put it into Denzel Washington's brain or his forehead. But oh my gosh, he didn't do anything. That's when Denzel proved and said, look, you want to come back to my place and finish this? You don't have to be a thug. You don't have to be anything. And that's when Denzel Washington got his gun back and put it onto Miles' forehead and said, look, you wanna get murdered, Miles? You wanna be a thug? You wanna be a lowlife selling drugs, taking drugs? I believe you have more potential than this, Miles. And that's when that dude started crying and he got on his knees and said, no, Denzel, whatever his name was in the Frank or whatever his name was. I don't remember his name. I just remember the thuggish dude named Miles that said, I'll do this, man. I don't want to be a thug no more. I'll do everything for you. And that's when they got back inside back home and started talking. And then there was another scene where that one lady got to her hotel. When she got to the hotel, he was with a friend, another cop friend, another like kind of FBI I think FBI sort of dude, and said, look, they got in the elevator, 2 guys got in the elevator, and they're the ones that pressed the button to get off on the floor that the old lady was getting off of. which was so intense. I was like, look, they both got in the elevator, and then those two guys that were in hats and sweaters, hats, sweaters, and backpacks, those two guys got out of there, and that's when the old lady got off. But the dude said, her friend, the so-called friend, said, look, I'm going to meet you down here so we can have some pie, some cheesecake pie or something at 6:00. And that's when that guy, the buddy of the lady, the detective. But the reason that she was about to get murdered during that scene was because there was two families, or a family that was murdered inside another hotel, because I don't know, for some reason they were murdered by these same guys, these same thugs that were doing it. Especially the so-called friend of the old lady and the so-called friend of Denzel Washington. He's the one that killed them. He's the one that killed those dudes and was like, bro, I direct you to kill these guys. Shoot the guy in his freaking mouth, and shoot the old lady. Shoot the lady. Take them out down both, which was so like, wow. That was what happened. And then the old lady was the one that was gonna find out that her partner was the one that was involved in it. He was the one involved in murdering everybody, murdering all those guys, and that's when we get to the scene where we said that the old lady, I don't know what's her name, she went back to her hotel. She couldn't open up because her card wasn't reading properly. And when she opened up, these two thugs, these two kind of Armenian, kind of Pakistani guys got in there and started beating her up. Said, look, B.I.T., whatever. Look, B, you owe us. And that's when the two guys started beating her up. And it seemed to me like the lady was about to win, because she ended up slashing the guys with knives and using her ring and murdering I was like, yo, she's gonna win. They're not gonna be able to take her out. And for some reason, those two guys ended up murdering her. They ended up going throwing her to the wall, throwing her. And we don't get to find out towards the end of the movie what happens, what ended up murdering the old lady. But through that scene, that's when Denzel was crying. He was like, no, my best friend is murdered, and her husband is going to be murdered. And that's when Denzel finds out that he watched the video over and over and over and over again. The security cameras on the elevator or in the hotel was like, yo, she didn't press the button to go to her hotel room. She didn't press anything. It was these two guys. And that dude back there, her partner, was the one that directed those two guys to murder her. I was like, yo, that's incredible. That's incredible, man. And that's when I was like, yo, that's insane. So when that happened, that's when Denzel Washington said, look, sorry for that kind of drop down. But that's when Denzel Washington got crazy and just said, look, yo, it's him. He's the one that did it. He's the one. And he even paid him a visit and said, look, man, I want to be your friend. What happened to you? I thought you were dead and all this. They got in a conversation when Denzel found out that the dude was the one behind it. He said, look, and he said, weren't you the one that was in the hotel room with my partner? With my best friend? And that's when the guy said, yeah, but I'm not the one that did it. Until he ended up blabbering that he's the one that did it. I was like, yo, he did it. He ended up saying it himself. I did it. I'm the one that got the knife. I shoved it into her heart or her chest, and I murdered her. I murdered her because she will find out that I'm the one that ended up murdering those guys in that other hotel. And the thing that was so insane was that Miles was the one that was going to be targeted. Miles was being targeted. Denzel was being targeted. So was the husband of the old lady was being targeted to be murdered. And I was like, yo, that's insane. That dude because that guy and the other two partners were there going to murder all of them, all of those guys, Miles, Denzel, the old man. And I was like, yo, that's insane how it happened. But what I have to say is that I love this movie from beginning to end. I cannot. It was 2 hours and like some minutes long. I was like, yo, it's so incredible that Denzel was smarter about it. He said, you wanna do this? You wanna take my buddy? You wanna take my friend with you? You wanna take my best friend's husband? You wanna take Miles with you? You can take him. You can take him, but I'm coming for you. And that's when Denzel went to somewhere like towards where there was a hurricane with a lot of waves and stuff going around in that part of the city of Boston, I think it was, or New York City. And that's when, like, that's when the action started with Denzel murdering the guys, but slowly murdering one at a time, which Denzel was smart. It's like, yo, you murdered my people. Denzel, you murdered my people, and it's time for me to come for you. It's time for me to use my sniper rifle or my sniper to take you down. And that's when Denzel said, you really want to try me? And that's when Denzel started running around the little playing field that he created to try to take down all of the bad guys, and that's when the guy got all frustrated. The top FBI dude or policeman got all crazy and said, you want to play this game? I'm going to murder Miles if you keep doing this. I'm going to murder your buddy. I'm going to get him to get murdered. And that's when I felt like, yo, you're really going to do that? And that's when Denzel got smarter and started just pounding, just running around, and for some reason the guy was like in the tower or something, shooting down towards the car that Miles was in, and Denzel was the only one that could save him. And at the same time was like, yo, Miles is not going to be saved, because how is Denzel ever going to get to the top? How is Denzel ever going to get to the top and shoot the dude? How? But they got in a fight, and Denzel looked like he was losing until he went like so bananas and said, look, you murdered my best friend. It's time for me to just pound you. And he started pounding on that dude. And in one instance, Denzel threw the dude off the ledge. He stabbed him to his death. He stabbed his eye like, ah! Stabbed him in his chest and went, and just threw that one guy off the tower. I guess the tower. He threw him off, and he ended up in a rock, dead. And I don't know if that's a proper way of saying it, but he was taken out. I have to say, I loved this movie. I would actually want to. I mean, the only thing that was kind of, to me, was kind of weird was that there was a lot of, there was a lot of intense stuff that was going on, and there was times where it was just more drama. But I loved this movie. I even started cringing when the parts that I started the parts that I started cringing on was when those two bad guys were in the hotel with the old lady beating her up and beating her. It's like, oh, Dewey, because the girl started doing that stupid stuff, like acting like she was really getting murdered. Ah, you can't do this to me. I'm stronger than you. And started going, cha, until the guy just went, threw her in the air and just went, da, threw her and punched her, and like, ah. And that's when they show the scene of that bad guy stabbing her in the chest, and like, oh, it really got to me because I could hear it like really happening. I felt like I was inside the movie, part of the movie. Like, yo, advanced digital is so insane, and I should definitely do a video about this advanced digital sort of thing, because not many theaters other than AMC have that. But That's where I have to say, for me, I love this movie. This movie was a straight 9.5, 9.5, 10 out of 10 movie. Which, oh man, Denzel never lets me down. I've never seen a movie where Denzel lets me down. Because Denzel never lets me down. But I'm so loving this movie so bad. I loved it from beginning to end. I'm like, wow, what else can Denzel Washington do to make these movies even better? Because these movies are really good. Every single movie that Denzel Washington does is so incredible. I've never said Denzel Washington has a bad movie. Actually, there was only one movie that I felt was here and there, but that's because it's older movies. But all the movies that I've seen recently with Denzel Washington, wow, I love them. These two guys are my favorite actors, Denzel Washington and Liam Neeson. Because look, if you're actually paying attention out there, guys, I don't really see movies like these anymore. Other than Jackie Chan. Jackie Chan's last movie, The Foreigner, was also incredible, which I loved it. I wish I could watch the movie again. The Foreigner. I love all those mystery movies, like the last movie, The Commuter, with Liam Neeson, was insane. I loved it. And it's always some murder, some mystery with Liam Neeson. But I don't really get to see anybody like this anymore. I don't get to see anything like this anymore. And that's the same thing that goes with comedy. Like, what comedy is there? There's no more comedy. Everything's going down. That's where I'm going to say I'm going to miss Denzel Washington. I'm going to miss Liam Neeson. I'm going to miss them when they're gone. Because who's going to be able to do those movies? Who's going to be able to be another Jackie Chan? What? Who's going to be able to be them? I don't have hate for them. I love them, the movies from beginning to end. Except Jackie Chan. He has some movies that are just like, what kind of movies did he make? But the last movie, Foreigner, even though some people said it was bad, some people said it was okay, some people said it was amazing, I said it was amazing too. So all in all, I have to give this movie a 10 out of 10. And if you guys loved it too, then thank you. And if you guys felt something different, please let me know in the comments down below what you felt about this movie. Because I just want to watch all these movies. I want to watch more of Denzel Washington. I wish I was like closer to Denzel Washington and like, bro, Denzel, you're insane. You're the best actor out there. And I've never seen them degrade their movies ever. They try to do the best that they can. Liam Neeson tries to do the best that he can. Denzel Washington tries to do the best that he can. The same thing goes for Jackie Chan. Like, what else is there? I'm not going to say I don't like them. I love them movies. And in reality, I don't really get to see anybody like that. Who gets to do action movies like that anymore? Like, when are you gonna see Dwayne Johnson actually doing that? Like, Dwayne Johnson is just doing movies just popcorn movies. Dwayne Johnson just doing popcorn movies just to try to get some money off of his just low of a movie. Like, who wants to see freaking Ben Stiller? Ben Stiller's not even funny. Like, bro, Ben Stiller is not that great. And neither is Adam Sandler. Like, how is Adam Sandler funny? Like, those are the two worst actors out there. And they had a time where it's like insane. And I still have to say, there's some movies out there that I have to say I love from Adam Sandler. I'm not going to say I love every movie out there, but I fairly enjoy it. Some of the Adam Sandler and Ben Stiller movies, but most of them are just popcorn movies, just to try to fill up the spot, just to have their faces out there and say, look, I still can make movies. I'm not gone yet. Like Meet the Fockers was okay. Meet the Parents was okay. And like I said, we're getting back to this. So this movie was a 10 out of 10, 9 out of 10, 9.5 out of 10, but not lower than that. And if you're still watching this video and you love this content, please check out the rest of this channel, and please give me your honest opinion on my channel and say, look, you hated this thing of me, or you love this of me, or I'm still confusing and I'm not straight with my videos still. You can criticize me. There's nothing out there. But if you enjoy this and you want me to continue reviewing more movies, I'm here for you. And if I don't review one of your movies in a flash, it's because I'm busy doing videos for other channels, because I'm not letting YouTube just let me run with only one channel. I'm going to continue with the rest of the channels and say, look, I love it. So thank you guys for watching. If you guys love this channel, please subscribe, please share this, please share everything of me. And as always, I will be putting all the links to everything in the comments down in the description down below. So there's nothing for you to worry. So if you want to follow me, you want to see what I'm doing in my personal life, please follow me everywhere. And I'm still going to be here. I'm going to be as honest as possible. I'm not going away because some guy says they don't like my reviews, they don't like my channel, they don't like anything about me, and I should just stop turning on the camera. Just, it's up to you. It's your opinion. You don't have to force everybody else on here to say, nope, I don't like his channel, I don't like his channel, I don't know what he's doing, I don't like anything of him. No, I have to say, look, I know that I'm gonna start taking more of your time, but I want to say, look, just straight out, if this channel is not for you, just leave. And if this channel is for you, thank you, and subscribe, and let me know what you dislike about this, or you like about this, or you feel that needs to be addressed in this channel, and I will do my best as possible to try to fix this. And if it's not able to be fixed, then you can just leave or just somehow help me out with this, because without you guys giving me criticizing me or giving me my the stuff you love about this channel, if you don't do that, then I'm never going to be able to grow like that. You're just going to be saying, look, I checked this channel out and that was it. I liked it or I didn't like it. But by doing that, it's not going to help me grow. It's not going to help me progress in anything, because there's no criticism, there's nothing. So as always, if you like this channel, please subscribe, and if you don't, then leave. And I have no regrets in anything. I'm not mad about anything. I'm just trying to be here for all of you guys that want something natural too. You want something good, you want something honest. So if you guys like this channel, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Like I said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.